everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist, where I answer your therapy questions off the cuff. All you have to do is basically put your name. Well, you don't have to put your name. You can be anonymous. Hell, why would you put your name? Enter in your problem into the chat, and I'll help you out. That's it. It's that literally that simple. That's the whole premise of the show. You put in your problems, I fix them. That's the whole premise. It's easy. Anybody can do it. All right, let's kick things off here. Let me share the screen though, so we can get an idea of what's going on. I hope you're all having a great evening. Thank you for tuning into the show. As always, very appreciative to have you here. And let's do it. Let's get this party started, shall we? I didn't share it yet. I guess how we gonna do it? This is so short. It's barely worth 10 minutes. Although I charge for the full hour. I was at Target last week. Okay, bragging or complaining. I know, but it's the closest store to where I live. I was joking. What do you got against Target? What's I know? I know what? I know what? You can't shop at Target. You're too good for Target. Too good for Target. I prefer Walmart or Sam's. Costco is not what it used to be. I'll be honest. I prefer Sam's. Sam's has avocados for half the price of Costco, but Costco still has good deals on tires. All right. Let's get back into it. I was at Target last week. I know, but it's the closest store to where I live. What is that? And this older woman was standing behind me in the self-checkout line. So she's behind you in the self-checkout line. I have horrible anxiety. All right. And she was standing too close to me. And, the elderly just kind of drift. They kind of like, if there's a decent breeze coming out of the vent, that's enough to kind of jostle them forward. Don't take it personally. I have horrible anxiety, and she was standing too close to me. So your issue isn't the, the old woman too close. I mean, it is, but it's the horrible anxiety, and that's just a manifestation of it. And she's standing too close to me, so I inched away. Then she inched up. This is kind of funny. Do you have the security footage of it? I know, I don't mean to laugh at it, but it's funny. Then she inched up, so I inched up a little more. Then she moved again, so I inched up again. Now you got to go towards her, and she'll back up. Now she'll probably kiss you. By the way, the line wasn't moving, and she moved again. All right, was she like an old white lady, or was she like Indian or Pakistani? They have a lot more. Proximity is a whole nother ball game for them. Everybody's pretty tight everywhere. I politely said to her, "I'm sorry, but do you mind standing back a bit? I get anxious when people stand so close." Well, you said it very politely. She acted like it was the most insane thing she ever heard. She said, "Wow. Really? Okay, fine." And then stood 4 feet back like I assaulted her or something. You were very nice. She completely overreacted. I never stand up for myself. This is 1 in a million. Was I really crazy for saying something? No, if someone's that tight on you, you can ask him to back up if you feel uncomfortable. And as long as you do it in a nice way, you did it in a nice way. And honestly, I'm happy that you stood up for yourself. So no, you're not the asshole at all. She sounds like a douche. Like she's just impatient and she's just on you. I mean, just because you're old doesn't make you automatically a nice person. She's kind of douchey. So good for you. Good for you for sticking up for yourself. Now get a handle on the anxiety. Stick up for yourself a little more. Do it exactly the same way you did it here, politely, but keep it going. Hey, good to see you, Clegg McGuire. And Gramanon in the house, too. Thank you, Gramanon, for tuning in, by the way. Also, if you have not hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. It does wonders for my ego, if nothing else. It brings us closer together. Doesn't it? I think it does. But before we do anything, before we get we already got a quick one out of the gate. But before we go any further, let me do a shout out to Rumble, who I absolutely love. The hosts with the most. Rumble Wallet, everybody. If you haven't gotten on board with it, do it already. We hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you can actually own and control your money. After the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to big banks. So instead of a bank holding your money and delaying transfers or limiting access, you are in control. And if you've ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you felt that problem. Now, fast forward to today. Everybody's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. That's exactly why I use Rumble Wallet. It takes all the complexity and it makes it simple. So you choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar backed stable coins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. It connects with MoonPay, so you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. Super easy. Once you're set up, you can even support your favorite Rumble creators like me directly. I'm having issues with consonants today. So do this now. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. In just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some. That's Rumble Wallet. Hop on it, get on it, do it now. You'll be glad you did. You really will. I swear to God. You will. I'm telling you. I know these things. I know these things. What are we doing? Hey, okay, here we go. Hey, Jatin, whatever. See you never. Bye-bye. Kaboom. Both barrels. Adios. Get your own show, dude. Don't be trolling on mine for clients. I don't charge anything. I bet you do, you jackass. There you go. And I'm unlicensed. I can call people jackasses really at my leisure, whenever I choose to. I have carte blanche to call people jackasses. Just wanted to jump on here and say a huge thank you to y'all. I want to hear the problem. I'm glad he worked out for you, though, whatever it was. Am I the asshole for wanting to make a meat dish? What is that? What is a meat dish? Like lasagna? I mean, that's a meat dish. Or like minestrone. That's vegetable, though. Am I the asshole for wanting to make a meat dish for the baby shower my fiance is planning for her sister and brother-in-law? Are they... It's a baby shower for your fiance. If she's a vegan or something like that, yeah, it's a dick move. You can kind of just keep it on the side for yourself, or or people who just kind of maybe sneak off and want actual, carne. But if she's like a vegan, you can't be doing that. It's her baby shower. Let's check it out. My fiance, 26, is planning the baby shower for her twin sister's second child. Cool. She set the theme of the party as berries and very cute. Okay. When she sent the menu to her sister and her sister's fiance, brother-in-law 28, or Bill, let's just call him Bill, there were no issues. Great. He later came to me asking me to make a meat dish for it, as all the food items on the menu appeared to be vegetarian. So he asked you. I told him I can do that, no problem. Yeah, I mean, he asked you, why not? I'm the barbecue meat man in the family, so I enjoy cooking and barbecuing. Great. So far, I see no issues, but I know there's one coming. When I told my fiance that I was asked to make a meat dish, she got all upset at me because it's not part of the menu and doesn't fit the theme. Listen, here's what you do. You buy a thing of Kentucky Fried Chicken or Church's Chicken. I prefer Church's Chicken, actually. And you put it in the garage or someplace, and you have like a sign, and like when nobody's looking, you each go out to the garage, just friggin' maw on some good chicken. And then you guys are happy and they're happy because they're in control. So when I told my fiance it's not part of the menu, it doesn't fit the theme, she would just throw it out if I made something meat. That's really douchey, by the way. Okay, if the menu is berry, I can make a sweet and savory berry sauce for the meat. Yeah, see, that's smart. That's actually really good. She's very controlling about the menu. I'm assuming she's controlling about just about everything else too. Usually this is behavior's pretty consistent throughout. She didn't like that idea and confronted her sister's fiance. The guy just wants some freaking meat. What are you? You didn't say she was vegetarian. You're messing it up. Why don't you guys just not go? All right, I figured it all out for you. This is what you do. You go, look, we just want some meat. We're not trying to ruin everybody's good time. We'll eat it out in the garage, like the filthy animals you view us as. Or alternative number 2, you don't go, and you and him go to a sports bar, get some wings, look at some Hooters waitresses. How about that? It's a secret to a healthy relationship, right? Sorry, forget the Hooters waitress. Just go to like a wing stop or something, get some wings, watch some sports, drink a beer. All right, a few days later, okay. So she confronts the fiance. He stated that it's a baby shower for his kid. He should have a say too. I agree. He and her are the two primaries. She's in the catbird seat, the sister-in-law. He's second, and then your sister, or your wife, sorry, who is the sister. He stated it's a baby shower. It's his kid too. He should have a say. She didn't like the idea and took that as him shitting on her party she's planning. I don't know, bro. I'm a little worried about your relationship with this woman. Like, is this like, is this she like this across the board, or is this just this one little thing she's got? A few days later, brother and I were hanging out with a few of the guys who were going to be attending. So there's more than one guy, and I guarantee they all want meat, and they're all wanting a meat dish exactly, and had suggested that I make something and we keep inside and go eat it. That's exactly what I told you to do, but you're gonna have to hide it. There's all hell's gonna break loose, by the way, when you do this. Just so you know. Her sister never asked for a baby shower, didn't want one for the second baby, but my fiance pushed to do. Okay, here's the good news. She's your fiance. It might be time to undo this before it gets too serious. I just don't like her, how bossy she is, how intractable she is. I don't care for it. And is treating the party as if exactly for herself. She keeps calling her sister's baby our baby. Hey, dude, this is a lot of red flags. Now, would I be the asshole if I made a meat dish and ate it inside in secret? It will not stay a secret. Someone's going to have barbecue sauce on their lip. Someone's going to say something. One of the wives is going to want some fucking meat too. There's some chicks that are definitely going to be meat eaters in this group too. And the secret's going to get out, and there's going to be a big fight. But honestly, I think you're better off without this woman. So get in the fight and unhitch yourself to this fiance until she, gets a little help, gets a little nicer. What the hell? What'd he do? What the hell did he do? What's up, Despoetic? Good to see you. Geez, I don't know about that. Tell the bitches to shut up and eat them. I think it's not all these ladies, which by the way is rude. Don't come on. That's very derogatory. I have female listeners, and I'm sure they're deeply offended by Despoetic. But Despoetic does mean well. Tell the you got to phrase this right. I'm trying to have an inclusive show here, Despoetic. Inclusive and like I don't alienate everybody. Tell the woman in question. How about that? Because it's not all of them. I bet you if you ask them, they probably all want meat. It's just it's the one sister-in-law or the one sister who's causing trouble for everyone. Secret meat. You want the secret meat? I love that, Cleon. That's hysterical. Yeah, the secret meat party. Here's the greatest part is everybody is going to be missing at some point. Like this controlling wife or fiance of his. Everyone's going to be missing. Like, where are all the guys? Where's some of the women? Why is it so empty? She's going to go in. She's going to sniff it out. She's going to smell it. And she's going to smell it. You're going to bust in there and just you know what? Film it and send it to me. I'd like to see it. You're not the asshole. You're a hero without a cape. They say not all heroes wear cape. You, sir, with your meat products at a vegan place that only one person is demanding to be vegan, and it's not even her party technically. You, sir, are a hero in my book, and I would gladly break bread with you as long as it had meat sauce on it. There you go. How about that? That's me being nice, as Poetic says. Well, you see, I appreciate it. See, I know. I'm just trying to, not everybody knows you, Des. So I gotta soften the blows for you a little bit. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's back out here. But no, you are not the asshole, my friend. You are a hero. You are a man amongst men. Am I the asshole for calling out my mom's double standard between me and my sister? No, I don't think so. Double standards should be called out. They should be called out. Is there a reason for the double standard? Are you grossly irresponsible? Are you, do you have a drinking problem? Do you do drink? I mean, there can be reasons for a double standard, but if there shouldn't be a double standard, yeah, by all means, call it out. My mom called me a couple of months ago, and was basically venting about how frustrated she is with my sister. My sister's in her late 30s. She lives at home and basically has been dating a much older man who apparently has no intention of proposing to her. Why would you? What is he? You get the milk for free. Why buy the cow? Earlier that day, she's a cow, but come on. She eats a lot of cheese. Earlier that day, my dad had a conversation with my sister's boyfriend, the old guy, like the guy who's probably older than he is, and asked him what his intentions were. Good for your dad. Good for your dad for calling out this jackass who's just stooping to his daughter with no intention of ever taking it any further. Good for him. That's the kind of father you want. Anyway, my dad had a conversation with my sister's boyfriend and asked him what his intentions were. From what my mom told me, the boyfriend basically said he had no plans to marry my sister and that she wasn't really his priority. Well, he's honest about it when confronted. That's good that your dad knows it. It's up front. It's on the table. And now maybe you can talk her out of. I have a feeling I know where this is going. The black sheep in the family. She's still living at home. She's 30. The parents feel like and it may be in some ways, is their responsibility for producing the offspring who could never leave the home, who makes bad decision after bad decision, and so they take her bad decisions and her bad life and take it on them as their failure. And it isn't. At some point, we all are supposed to leave the nest. And what happens to us is really based on us. You can blame your parents all you want, but in the end, you're an adult. You're a 30-year-old woman living at home, still dating some dude who has no intention of doing anything but having sex with you. My mom was really stressed out because apparently my sister was okay with the situation. Yeah, but it's wrong. I mean, it's good for your dad. Good for your dad. But my mom wasn't. I asked her why our dad had to have the conversation with the boyfriend in the first place. Because he's a stand-up guy. That's why. What do you mean? She said it was because my sister's incapable of having that conversation herself, so they needed to step in. Good for your dad. Don't you crap on your dad for doing what it was a good thing. It's a solid dad right there. Well, why are we cramping on men doing the right thing? Making meat products for people who want meat products. Some guys friggin', taking advantage of his little girl, who's always going to be his little girl, whether she's 30 or not. I think you both got issues. you and the sister. I don't think you're a gem either. You're crapping on your dad. I love your dad. We'll go have a beer with him and eat meat. I told her, yeah. So I know some are. I agree. I just don't want to paint everybody with the same brush. I don't disagree with your comment, Ryan. All right. I'm just trying to play. I'm just trying to keep the playground nice. The reason. Okay. All right, here we go. I told her that my sister's a grown adult. If they don't like her choices she's making, they should give her the option to move out and live her own life however she wants. Yeah, but I still like what your dad did. If she wants to follow their advice, great. If not, she's an adult and she can live independently. I don't think she can. Or why would she still be living at home if she could live independently? My guess is she probably doesn't even have a job. My guess is she's never lived out of the house for more than a year and it was a disaster. And that's why she moved back and hasn't left since. The reason I suggest is because in my early 20s were basically filled with my parents threatening to kick me out over the stupidest thing. So you don't even care about this being like your sister and what your parents did and your dad coming in and doing that. You're just mad because your parents treated you differently because I think they felt like you had a shot of being an independent person, whereas your sister, they basically feel like she's going to be a dependent child until they die. And they give her the house. and the stupid, whoever happens to be having sex with her at the time takes it from her. All right. So here's where all your animus comes from. My early 20s were basic. In early 20s, you kids are trouble in their early 20s, let's be honest, in their late teens. My entire 20s were basically filled with parents threatening to kick me out over the stupidest thing, especially whenever I argue with them about my independence. I eventually moved out in my late 20s. Late 20s again. Why are you guys lingering so long? You guys are lingerers. I don't like either of you. Well, I said it. I don't like either of you, to be honest. I think I like your sister, more than you, because at least she just seems dumb. You just seem like mean-spirited. One example, I was once threatened with having to move out if I didn't help them pay the back taxes on their house. Well, it's not your fault, but if you are a resident of the house and living in the house, you should help pay for it. Now, if you lived, again, you're in your late 20s when you finally got out of there. If you lived in your own place, an apartment, and they came at you with that, that's absurd. You don't live there, but you live there. You gotta throw your weight in there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was basically told that if we lost the house, it would be on me. Yeah, that's them being assholes. I agree with that. That's just mean. I ended up taking a $13,000 loan to pay the government so we could keep the house. I was in my early 20s. That was just one example. Anyway, back down to the present conversation, although the past lingers in you very heavily. After I suggested my sister be given the option to move out if she doesn't want to follow their advice, my mom said, "No way, I don't want to do that." Why did she say that? I could never do that to my children. She forgot about you. And honestly, something in me just snapped. I felt really triggered. I don't blame you. But more than that, I suddenly felt like I wasn't one of her children. I immediately said, "You hypocrite. You literally tried to kick me out all the time." She said, "No, I never did that." She's in denial. I could not believe what I was hearing. I called her a liar and told her she absolutely did threaten to kick me out for years. Honestly, it felt like it happened on a quarterly basis. Then she said, "You deserved it," and hung up on me. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It sucks. They definitely are favoring this other child over you. I don't know the reasons. I'm sure it has to do with your history with them. and their expectations of you versus their expectations of her. I think they expected more of you and they expect less of her, and they feel like they fucked up with you. And so with her, they're trying to like do the opposite. Hey, we kind of ruined Mary Beth or whatever your name is. You know, let's try a different approach with Peggy Sue. I think that's what's going on here. Your parents, although I love your dad for doing that, I feel like, yeah, I think it's more your mom. Feel like your dad's like a traditional dad of that generation who just doesn't really talk about his feelings or have deep conversations. I feel like it's mostly just you and your mom. At the time, I didn't think much of the conversation because this kind of thing, unfortunately, is not unusual with her. Anyway, my sister eventually dumped the guy. Good. A couple of days after that conversation, and after that, I noticed my mom and dad had stopped going to family events, birthdays, and get-togethers. At first, I assumed my mom was upset and healing from everything that happened with my sister's relationship since they're highly enmeshed. Told you. Turns out it was because of me, confirmed by my sister. So they're really angry at you because of your fight, because you called them out on their bullshit. You need an actual family therapist to work with your entire family. That's what you need. Will you do that? Probably not. Will they be willing to do that? Probably not. But you should at least try. It's now been over 2 months and my mom has completely iced me out, hasn't spoken to me. So am I the asshole for calling my mom a hypocrite and a liar? No, there's better ways to do it. I think it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, there's better ways to have done it. But yeah, she was like in denial of her bad treatment of you. But again, I don't know the whole history and why her treatment of you was so bad. Like, how many times did you like? I want to hear her side of the story, basically. You know what I'm saying? All right, update. First of all, thank you for your comments. It's been a long time Reddit lurker. I had a lot of anxiety for sharing this. I honestly think as much as you hate it, this was the most productive thing for your relationship. In the short term, not good. In the long term, potentially it'll bring you all back together again. I actually think it was a good thing because otherwise it's just going to be there forever. And now you can get it out and hopefully get enmeshed with her, not too enmeshed. They're very codependent, those two, your sister and your mom. All right. I've always argued with my parents, but I never directly verbalized it to my mother about her hurtful qualities. Regarding the unanimous feedback that I am not the asshole has brought me some comfort, but it also made me really sad about the situation. Like I said, this is good. You need this. You needed this. You needed to tear open this wound and let it bleed for a bit. I mean, I think it's good. It's, sometimes that's the way you got to do it. And sometimes that's the way it's happened. I've never heard of the narcissistic prayer before, but learning about it, that brought a lot of clarity. To commenters who share similar stories. Yeah, okay. So honestly, I think this is good. You found support in this. You're in a fight with your parents. In another year, they'll be over it. At least your dad. Work on the soft one. Work on your dad. I feel like your dad's the easier one to get. He's scared of your mom. I guarantee it. But he'll probably meet you on the down low, and you can make friends, and he can kind of work your mom a little bit, and and eventually you're going to have to forgive her if you're going to move on. There you go. Your first house cost $64K in 2005. Damn. That's nice. First house when I was 21. Yeah, good for you, Grandma. I didn't buy my first house, my only house, until I was 40. How about that? But I'm in LA, so it's expensive. My first house was 400. It was a small place. It was 400 and something. I don't remember. And then, sold it for a lot more. But yeah, 400K for a very, and I'm amazed we got it, because it's just real estate still is ridiculous here. Yeah. Which I was happy about kind of when I sold the house. There you go. All right. By the way, if you haven't, please hit the like and subscribe button. Don't be a stranger to it. It's for real, for reals. Hit the like and subscribe, please. Love of God. Here we go. Let's move on. Boop. Okay, but yeah, I think that's honestly really good. I think you're in a much better place for having had it out with them. Am I the asshole for being furious that my mother-in-law took my 18-month-old daughter to the hospital without telling me? She should tell you, but if it's urgent, she's got to take her to the hospital. But if she took her to the hospital, brought her back, and never told you, that's a whole nother story. Let's find out what it is. ETA. I don't know. Okay. Thank you, everyone. See, I don't like coming in late to the party. Yeah, no. All right, I can't. This is it's a recap. It's not the actual one. Okay, smells, sounds, and spouses. This sounds good. Smells, sounds, and spouses. Oh, how can it be this short? Oh my God. What are we supposed to do with this? My wife regularly tells me that I chew too loudly. You know what? Maybe you do. You ever think of that? You ever think maybe you do chew too loudly? I want you to do this. I want you to record yourself just to get an objective opinion. Maybe you do chew too loudly. I know people who chew too loudly. I don't want to name them, but I know I can think of one right out of the top of my head. Way too loud, where I'm just like, oh, please be done soon, or let me have a reason to leave the room. It's like I don't know how they can make that much noise with their mouth and relatively soft food. Oh, and if you get them with crunchy food, I'll forget it. But they put on a hell of a show. It's a regular one-man band. Everything something goes in that mouth. But anyway, my wife regularly tells me that I chew too loud. So, like I said, record yourself chewing. Put like a tape recorder or your phone right next to you. Just eat a meal. Play it back. When you play it back and listen, you yourself might notice. You know, and compared to when you're out and about, go to a Starbucks and listen to other people eating. You probably do chew too loud. I'm just being honest. After I eat onions, oh my God, dude, onions are so crunchy. Ugh. Dude, I think I would go. It's hard. I don't know anyone who can eat an onion quiet. That's a go to the bathroom or go to your quiet space and eat. Don't eat that in public. Plus, it stinks. Everybody cries. They cry because of the onion fumes, and then they cry because you're so noisy and you won't shut up with it. After I eat onions, I like onions. She will tell me I smell like onions in the latest iteration of the saga. Well, you do. Yeah, you do that on the down low, brother, and then brush your teeth like for an hour. I just sat on the couch. Not 30 seconds go by, and she tells me my feet smell. Okay. All right, now she's hitting you on all fronts. Okay, this is a full court press here. This is different. This is not just one thing. She's frustrated with you as a person. It's not just you chew too loud. It's you smell. My feet smell. I saw you like Charlie Brown. I get up and I go pet Snoopy out, on his red doghouse. I get up and move, and she gets annoyed that I get defensive. I just feel like I'm being criticized for existing. You are. I think in her mind, she is stating objective facts and observations by the asshole. No, you're not. If it was one thing, yes, but when and you're not an asshole then either. But you maybe do chew too loud. You probably do when you're eating onions. You're chewing too loud. I'll just tell you that right now. And so that maybe sets her off and gets her in a bad state. And then she, instead of looking for positives in you, looks for more negatives. Oh, yeah, and his feet smell. Oh, yeah, and he's fat. Oh, yeah, and he's... So if you want to get this thing going better, stop eating onions around her, number one. Just start with that and see if things don't get better. Now, if she's constantly nitpicking on you and telling you how flawed you are and making you feel little, that's not someone you want to spend your life with, even if you are married already. But if it's something that can be rectified with you just not eating onions around her, not setting her off and triggering her, and start doing nice things for her, and maybe that'll get nice thoughts going in her head about you, like the good things about you. But don't spoil it by eating an onion in her right after. An onion in her, an onion near her. There you go. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying, right? Right. Yes, smackers. That drives me crazy, man. Yeah, there's like two people in my life who it's just loud eaters, and I would hate it. I would leave the room if I saw them coming in with food. I'm watching TV. I'm leaving. I'm finding something else to do. I'm putting on headphones. I'm doing something. If a person hates your onion eating, then they're not the right person. Yeah, maybe that's it. Like when you do finally break up, and I don't know that you will, but if you did, just put on your it'll be a small niche group, but you can put on your profile, your dating profile. You're like, must love onions. I like to eat onions. But don't mention I think you're gonna. I wouldn't put that. I think it's a very small pool of people who are going to be interested in you. Yeah, she probably hates when you breathe. Yeah, she like everything bothers her. You probably like any like mouth noises he makes. They might not even sleep in the same bedroom anymore. If you know, if that hasn't happened already, it probably will soon. Yeah, I pity him. Sucks, man. I really think you might need to start. I don't know. I would try to go to a therapy session with her, couples therapy. But those are bad signs when they start when everything you do annoys them. It's hard to maintain a relationship with someone when everything you do annoys them. It's just it's bad. It's just bad. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Right. Wait. I'll tell you where all the single male moose money is going. The Strait of Hormuz. There you go. Horse spelled Hore moose. There you go. Solid. Now, if he brings some jokes like that to the party, maybe she'll laugh and not be so angry about his chomping of onions. But yeah, still not an asshole. He's a nice guy. He's he's just. I feel bad for him. The fucking woman of his life making him feel like shit for, as he put it, existing. Ah, man. Am I the asshole for telling a girl off because she used Bumble Date to try and hire me as a photographer? So what, she met you under false pretenses, like I want to date you. Oh, by the way, can you shoot my wedding? Like, I don't understand. I don't know. Let's see. It could be. All right, it says I need a sanity check here because I'm absolutely furious about this interaction. For context, I'm on Bumble. Nothing wrong with that. I want to emphasize right up front, I was exclusively using Bumble Date. I was not on Bumble. I don't know the difference, but thank you for clarifying. Bumble BFF. All right. And I definitely wasn't on Bumble Biz. I didn't realize Bumble had grown to such epic proportions that there's now a Bumble Biz and a Bumble BFF, and probably a Bumble Onion Eaters at this point. I'm not there to meet women, and my profile clearly reflects that. So you're on Bumble. I was exclusively using Bumble Date. It says my profile clearly. Okay. Okay. I am there to meet women. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, maybe she doesn't know. Maybe someone said to this girl, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, but maybe someone said to this girl, "Hey," she's like, "I need a photographer," and they're like, instead of saying, "Oh, Bumble Biz," which not everyone knows every enumeration of Bumble. They go to Bumble. You can hire photographers on Bumble now, and they left off the biz part. So she just went to Bumble and went, "Oh, this guy's a photographer." Okay, I'm throwing it out there. I'll read what you have to say. So recently, a girl sent me a like. I checked out her profile, and her relationship goals were set to something casual. Okay, was exactly what I was looking for. So she has relationship goals on there. Yeah, obviously there was no mistake. She knows what side of Bumble she's on. She's on the chicken Mau side. The other slightly weird thing was that in her bio she wrote looking for photographer. Okay, now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking she got him confused. She got Bumble Biz confused with just regular Bumble. Like there's too many Bumbles. And then she just answered the question all willy nilly, looking for something casual. But maybe she thinks it's all in one. Like I don't know. So she's looking for a videographer. I'm a photographer, so I figured a quick icebreaker of that. Yeah, smart move. We just had overlapping interests, so I swiped right in. We started chatting. I shared my photography on Instagram with her, and she started following me because we literally met on the dating side of a dating app. And her profile said she wanted something casual. Maybe she wants a casual photographer. Not a guy who's going to ask her to pose. She just wants them to move around and take pictures. I started subtly flirting with her. Okay. Instead of flirting back, she kept keeping it friendly. She already friend zoned you, bro. Sorry, from the get-go. She started talking to me very formally, acting as if she were interviewing me for hiring a gig. Yeah, that's what she's doing. Yeah, she views Bumble as a catch-all, as like a dating site, as a get a landscaper or photographer site, whatever she wants to use Bumble for. That's how she sees Bumble. Okay, so you both just confused the point of Bumble. I was pretty confused by the vibe, so I finally stopped and asked, "Oh, why are you talking to me like this? Is this a business deal?" She responded with, "Because of course it is." I kind of saw red, completely told her off. I'd love to know what her response was. I pointed out that Bumble is a dating app, and she was specifically using Bumble Date, not Bumble Biz. Again, who the fuck knows? Like, what normal person even knows there's a Bumble Biz or a freelance job board? And I told her I was incredibly misleading and manipulative for her to swipe on a guy's dating app under the guise of wanting something casual just to try and exploit them for free, cheap photography works. She seems extremely mature and out of touch to me. I would like to know what her response was. What was her response to that? Therein lies the answer. And you're leaving it out. You're leaving out the most important part. I don't think you're the asshole. I just think you're in a misunderstanding. And she uses it either one as a dating site and for hiring people to do odd jobs for her. I mean, that's it. I don't think she's trying to manipulate because she's manipulating you. Is saying, yeah, I think you're hot. You're really cute. Can you take some pictures of me? I want to put it for my Instagram account. Oh, you're so cute. I don't fool around on the first date or the second date even, but yeah, come by, take some more pictures. I really like you. Then you send her the pictures and she ghosts you. That's manipulating you. But you yourself said she was being very formal, very matter of fact, to the point where you're like, hey, is this even a dating thing? Or are you just trying to hire me? Like, I don't think she ever misrepresented herself other than the fact that she's on a dating site. If that makes sense. So I don't think she's the asshole. I don't think you're the asshole. I think you're both just in a weird, you just don't understand. Hey, thank you, Penman, sir. Thank you. Penmanship. Am I right? Appreciate that. Yeah, bum app. If you're looking for a bum, there are bum fights for one. Remember that? America is driven by sex and it infiltrates everything. I agree with you. Man. 100%. It really does. I sit on my face. I sit on my Facebook. I mean, when I first got divorced, or not divorced, I guess separated. I think I use dating sites, but I mean, I never had that issue, because Bumble was never one of the sites I used, for whatever reason. I got nothing against Bumble, but I just never used it. So maybe this guy, if he really wants exclusive dating and dating only, needs to get off Bumble, and be on what are some of the apps? Well, there's Tinder. I mean, if you want something casual, Tinder's probably the way to go, right? And then there's Match, and then there's Cupid. Okay, Cupid. I just think that's a couple of them. Yeah, that's enough. Any of those, try those. There you go. I used to play hockey. I love hockey, man. I tell you that all the time. Freaking love hockey. Hey, Pure Blood, good to see you. No partners yet, Pure Blood, but I think we just jinxed it. Both Pure Blood and I hate the word partner. It's like you're not unless you're in a business, unless you're in a business, an LLC or something. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law she's pregnant, not handicapped? Maybe. Maybe. How about that? For context, you're 27 female, have never been pregnant. Sister-in-law, 28 female, recently became pregnant. How pregnant is she? That's really the question. I knew this one girl. She's very funny. She's good chick. I won't use her real name. I mean, I probably could, but I won't. But she was getting near a term, like you get near, like I think she was like overdue, like she was like a week over or something like that, and she just wanted the kid out. And she worked out a lot, So she wound up going, like she had like a home gym. She's just doing squats in her gym to try to induce labor. I don't think it worked. I mean, it just happened on its own. Maybe it helped. I don't know. I'm not sure that's doctor recommended. But she told me that story. I was like, that is fucking funny. That is hysterical. All right. So recently, sister-in-law became pregnant with her first child. Has been acting like it's the end of the world. Every pregnancy is different, man. Oh, she's only about 4 to 5 weeks along. Oh boy, her poor husband, your sister-in-law. Ugh, man, your poor brother. Only about 4 or 5 weeks long. Before we used to hang out, spend time together all the time. But since she became pregnant, she's absolutely insufferable. All right, well, don't hang out with her. Asked to go shopping, can't because of the pregnancy. Asked to drive to an event, can't because of the pregnancy. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe she's also, there's a potentiality for this, and I don't know if I'm reading too much into it. Probably am. But if you're someone who's had multiple miscarriages, or you've had a tough time getting pregnant, you're going to be hyper paranoid of doing anything that puts the fetus at risk. Your unborn child at risk, and so that to me would make sense. Like someone who's had a couple miscarriages, someone who's just had a hard time getting pregnant or a history of miscarriages running the family might be more prone to just, shack up in the house for 9 months until the kid comes out. I get that. I don't know if that's the case or not. Anyway, she sounds like she's over the top this one. I snapped and said it's not even legitimate medical advice. Can drive when they're pregnant, can't pour their own water, can't go to the store, can't sweep. Okay, so it sounds like you kind of miss her because you used to do things together. Now you don't do anything together. Why don't you go over to her place? I would guess because then you'll be her manservant or her de facto servant. For context, I'm American. My husband's Mexican. We live in Mexico. Okay, so your sister-in-law is Mexican. Man, Mexican women, they move around when they don't want to know. Generally speaking, not to be stereotypical, but generally speaking, they don't let any grass grow under their feet. My fiance is Mexican. They move around. They don't just hole up. That's why I'm wondering if there's some fertility issues or something like that. I came across a blue collar white trash family, and my own sister got pregnant at 16. My parents straight kicked her out. She moved in with the baby daddy and walked his ass to the bus stop every single day to go to work 8-hour shifts. Sounds awful. At the Dollar General, and everyone's complained the entire pregnancy. Okay, now you're holding her to the standards of your sister. I'm not saying she's a peach, but again, I feel like, what's the reasoning? All three of my sisters work, drove. Yeah, okay. If what I said is untrue, if there is no history of infertility, if there is no history of miscarriage, if there is none of that, then yeah, she's just being lazy, flat out. 4 to 5 weeks or whatever you said, and she's pulling this shit. So yeah, just avoid her until the baby comes out, And then this laziness will probably be a full-time job for her. So I'm really not understanding what the problem is. I used to work as a corrections officer. Female COs report for work. Okay, so you have zero sympathy for her. I would kind of be on her side if she was deeper into the pregnancy. Then yeah, but if she just started, like she just peed blue on a strip and she's just like, hey, everybody. And then she's like, I can't do anything. And then just lays down, yeah, come on, stop it. Stop it. But say you're really pissed off about it. You should stay away from her. I would say before you friggin' punch her. You sound like viscerally angry at her lack of work ethic now that she's pregnant. Part of me knows I shouldn't have said. Okay, what did you say? Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. So at first I thought maybe it was a cultural difference. No, it's not. Mexican women work. Mexican people in general just work hard. It's why they do the jobs nobody else wants to do, and they fucking do them much faster. You ever see when they show they fire a bunch of Mexicans or deport a bunch of Mexicans on a farm, and then they hire a bunch of white people to do the same job, and the landowners or the business owners are just like, oh fuck, just productivity falls off a fucking cliff. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to, okay. So let me get back here. Probably because my husband and I have been trying to have a baby. And if he thinks I'm going to sit around doing absolutely nothing and never leaving the house for 9 months, he's absolutely wrong. You seem just very obsessive about this, though. Like, let her have her pregnancy. If her husband wants to do it that way, that's fine. Let her do what she wants to do. She's not bothering anyone. She's not pissing anybody else off but you. You don't get to be the boss of her. And also because I feel like it's setting a bad precedent for me because his family is very judgmental. For example, if I continue to work while pregnant, which I plan, and something were to happen, the family would blame me for not taking care of myself. Yeah, they probably would. Put the baby first. There's a line. Like you're on one side and she's on the other. You're on the work. If the baby pops out early and that, oh well, we'll try again. No. And she's wrong on her end too. With now I do nothing. I'm just gonna sit here and get fat. Not baby fat, just fat. All right. So part of me knows I shouldn't have said what I said, and it stems from jealousy because my own mother would never in a million years treat me like that. Nor would my father allow me to just lay around the house, doing absolutely nothing. Okay, so you are jealous. For more context, her family is very well off. She doesn't. Oh, there you go. That the end is the beginning. The end is the beginning. They're well off. They're well-to-do. You resent it. You had to come up by your bootstraps. You have to work. You do this. You do that. She does nothing and gets to just sit around and have everybody cater to her. And, and everyone always has. And you've had it so hard and she has it so. and it's not fair, and blah, blah. I mean, that's what it is. Own it, and then you can move on from there, right? There you go. Yeah, but the end was the beginning. They should have put that in the beginning. Saved me a lot of trouble. Are you the asshole? No, but you're being you're being very jealous. You're being a little bit of an asshole. Let's be honest. You are. Who's not young anymore? Oh yeah. There you go. I'm so far behind everybody. I apologize. Hey, thank you for rating me, Fuscoy. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. All right. So, oh, jeez, man, I missed all the comments. All right, hang on. We'll go back. All right, so hockey. Sibling played in college. Yeah. Semi-pro, cool. Yeah, I never played. I just like watching it. Is everyone who has trouble meeting people just autistic? No. People, it's hard. I think it's gone over. As time has gone on, it has gotten harder and harder to meet people, to make friendships, because in the old days we didn't have computers and we didn't have cell phones, and we had to look up once in a while and see the world around us instead of being buried in our own little cocoon of electronics and algorithms. So you were more likely to make friends. You're more likely to come up with creative ways to entertain yourself. And so now, because so many people are just on the phone and on the phone and on the computer and playing games, you don't get a lot of practice interacting with each other. That's true in neurotypical as much as it is autistic people, Yeah, exactly. You're right. Cell phones with the texting. Yeah, nobody even wants to call anymore. Like unless it's a long text, nobody's going to call anybody. Everything's done by text, Yeah, I thank you, Rumming Bling. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like the chat's my favorite part too. I was I was slacking. I didn't realize so much it was popping. Yeah, cell phone is extra way to connect. Social media is destroying communication skills. Exactly. See, we agree with each other. 100%. You're doing better. Your jaw finally healed at the end of 2024 after breaking in 2017. Damn, bro. That's a long healing process. Crap. I do jujitsu, but it's not like I avoid the takedowns. Like I just like that. I'm 56, man. I don't. There's some of the younger guys will stand first, and then they'll go to a takedown, and then they'll get into the jiu-jitsu. I know when I'm dealing with someone who's like a judo guy. I'm just like I don't pull guard, but I get low. I don't want to get chucked. I don't want to get fucking thrown. My body ain't made for it anymore. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, good to see you. Let's not pretend. We had something to do with it for sure. Jimmy Hart or Jimmy Hat. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of wrestling stuff. Yeah, there you go. Oh, do you? Okay. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. All right. I think I'm almost caught up. I don't even know what the hell's going on. All right. The chat's on fire tonight. So Penham says I spent 20 years talking on the phone with people globally. I mean, yeah, it's a skill set, man. I'm doing a show called Autastic. It's about my son and his journey through autism, and it's comedic but real. But I gotta get it to places. I got it at 2 colleges, but I'm grinding. You got to get on the phones. You got to talk to people. You got to email people. You got to press the flesh if you can, and but that's all part of it. Dating sites need body weight verification. It seems fair. Plus or minus 10. That seems fair, right? But if it's over that, then yeah. And if the picture is like plus or minus 10, yeah, there should be some, warnings, or comments like this person is morbidly obese. Ah. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Watch a woman on the wall. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's a carryover conversation. All right, let's get back to it. I just want to catch up. Wife refuses to make kids ride the school bus refuses to make the kids ride the school bus each morning. What does that even mean? All right, let's find out. Can we see? Yes. Our kids are in 2nd grade and 10th grade. Okay, it's a good spread. And the schools they attend are very small, okay, rural community. So elementary, middle, and all high school. Oh, wow, that is super small. Damn. Elementary, it sounds like where my sister lives. So elementary, middle, and high school all ride together on school buses. Oh, that's nuts. 2 years ago, when my youngest was in kindergarten, they both rode the bus to and from school every day. Last school year, our niece got her license and started driving to school. Cool. And would pick up kids for school as well. But she started to college this year and is now 2 hours away. All right. So she's out of the picture. This school year, for whatever reason, my wife insists on taking them to school every morning. Well, let her do it. Why would you care? What does it matter to you if she does? Is gas that expensive over where you live? You're rural. It should be all right. Her reasoning is that if the kids ride the bus to school, they would have to get up 45 minutes earlier to catch the bus around 6:30. Well, she wants to sleep in, maybe. I'm not against what your wife is doing. Now, for some context, we're pretty much struggling financially. Okay, at the moment, we're doing everything we can possibly do just to make ends meet. Just keeping enough gas, it is the gas, in the car to get where we need to go is a struggle. All right, well, yeah, if that's the issue, then yeah, they got to ride the bus. So it's a financial issue. For example, this morning the car had 0 miles to empty. Oh, you can't. Yeah, dude, they got to ride the bus. If things are that friggin' tight, and I'm sorry that they are, you can't be doing errands basically that are unnecessary when there's a bus. I needed to go to the community college yesterday to see my advisor register for fall classes. My wife wakes up yelling and screaming at me because there's no gas in the car to take the kids to school, even though she knew yesterday when I got home there was no gas. She scrapes up some change, put gas in the car, and not ask me to take the kids to school. I refuse and say, no, absolutely. There's a bus that comes every single morning that will take the kids to school. And if she doesn't want to wake them up early to catch the bus, she will be the one to take them to school, not me. Am I the asshole or what? No, but you're not the asshole. But your relationship is at a crux here because of your finances, your very poor finances. You got to get some more money coming in. I don't know what that means. She gets a job. There's a lot of online work available now. Not like the creepy stuff, not like the OnlyFans stuff, but like stuff. There's stuff she can do. There's stuff you can do to at least make an extra, I don't know, 50, $60, enough to fill the tank for a week. Don't you think? It's got to be something. I feel like you guys are not really, exploring all your options, right? But if you're that broke, you got to wait at least until you get more money coming in to get gas to the vehicle. So no, I don't think you're an asshole. I do not. I do not. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Like here, 425. You worked in investment banking, so I talked to Aussies, Kiwis. Oh, nice. Yeah, got a buddy who does that now. And yeah, he has to get up at I think it's up at 3 because of the market times, and he's in here in California. Oh yeah, take a civil service test, collect metal. Exactly. There's ways you can do collect bottles. There's stuff you can do. At least to cover the gas. You know. How much driving are they doing? It's a small town. $60 ought to cover it for a week. You can come up with a job that'll make you $60. Probably not have to leave the house. Am I right? Yeah. Now out here in LA, gas is crazy expensive. It's the cheap gas now is about $5.50, $5.49 a gallon. And it's been that way for months since the war, the war started. This exercise in fucking futility. Unless you're an oil company executive, and then it's very profitable. And so I've got a motorcycle, but it's also been 100 degrees here for the last friggin' month, it seems like. So I don't want to ride that. Usually my plan is when the gas goes up, I ride my bike more. But now I'm still driving my car because it's a V8 Cadillac, of course. Shit fuel economy, but I love it. I love that car, man. Fucking love that car. All right, let's so there's that. Oh, okay, that's amazing. Yeah, I wake up here. Tomorrow I'll wake up at 6. I have to take my son to school, so I got to get him breakfast ready and all that. All right, let's keep going, rocking and rolling. By the way, I haven't said it in a while, and I'm supposed to. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button, please. Am I the asshole for stopping a casual relationship when he mentioned his preferred age range? Sounds like you were looking for a way out, honestly. Like you were already over it, and you really any little thing. He could have said, "Hey, do you mind if I eat an onion?" And he'd be like, "Get the hell." Anything would have done it. It just happened to be this. I don't think you're an asshole. I just think you're not interested in the guy. Sanity check request. I met with a man, 38, twice for some NSA fun. I don't know what NSA fun is. I'm assuming that means you're having some sex. Oh, gee, not safe. Okay, we discussed threesomes. All right, and our shared interest in them. And he mentioned making an ad looking for women between 20 and 45. All right, uh, that's the age range that upsets you. You're like, hey, threesomes are awesome, but it's having an age restriction to the threesomes. Well, that just ain't right. That's just not very egalitarian. All right, so he mentioned making a looking for women between the ages of 20 and 45. I replied, well, this is awkward. I'm 46. No worries if that's a deal breaker. He said it wasn't, and that he was still interested in me, but wanted to know if I'd be up for looking for a woman in her early 20s to join us. Why are you getting possessive over a guy and jealous that he's interested in a younger woman when you're all having threesomes with him and it's all casual? Like, what do you friggin' care? It's a superficial sex relationship. You said so, and then suddenly you care if he likes a hotter, younger chick than you. Come on, stop it. So you with your nonsense, all of it. Anyway, I told him I didn't think things were going to work out between us, and I wished him well. I know that anyone can break up with anyone for any reason, especially early. And I don't know what an NSA relationship is. But am I being overly sensitive? My husband of 16 years left me for a much younger woman. Here's the issue. You don't need that. You're not built for this lifestyle. I can tell you that right away. You're just not. You're built for a monogamous relationship. Your husband cheated on you and you're pissed. And so now you've gone up the deep end the other way. Now, how do I know you're built for a monogamous relationship? Here you are with some dude you've only met twice and had sex with a couple times, I guess, because you're sowing your wild oats or just getting back at your husband or whatever you got going on in your head. But yet you're jealous because he's basically cheating on you with a younger woman. If he picked another 45-year-old or a 46-year-old or 47, you'd still be jealous of the other woman. You're not built for this. You're not built for the threesome swinger scene. You're built for a monogamous relationship. You just are. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing, honestly. It's healthier. But yeah, there you go. So, okay. So your confidence in the toilet still, it seems like an insensitive request. This is what comes of a superficial relationship. It's generally superficial. So age, looks, all that stuff is up here. Personality, character, all that stuff is who gives a shit? Really, yeah. So, anyways, like dating about, okay. So, it would be a fun treat. A woman under 100 pounds. He's very nice. So I'm confident it wasn't an intentional insult. It wasn't. He was just like, hey, let's get a young chick in here. He didn't think you'd fucking have a meltdown. A few things people have asked, I posted because he's been texting me saying, am I being overly sensitive? He has not mentioned anything about just wanting variety. He does not have children, and my children are in their late 20s. I'm just telling you, you need a monogamous relationship. You need a traditional relationship. That's the truth. This guy ain't it. He's not a bad guy, but there's someone for him and there's someone for you, and it's neither. You two are not the ones for each other. How about that? How about that? And on that, I think we'll close out this show. How about that? Yeah, exactly. No strings attached. Yeah, like there's actually like she's just not built for it, man. Like there's people who are built for it, and there's people who are not built for it, and she is not built for it. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. She'll be happier in the long run, I believe. Anywho, there you go. There you go. Yeah, friends with benefits. Exactly. That's what it was supposed to be. That's what the guy thought he was getting, and he got strings. He got strings with no benefits. Yeah, I agree, Penham. All right, I love you. Hey, Upon the Rise, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Rumble, for featuring the show. God bless you all. Make sure, everyone, if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. I do the show every Monday through Friday. It's Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist, 10 p.m. Pacific time. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for more. So if you haven't already, one more time, hit the like and subscribe. I'm out. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow. I got to get some sleep, and I got to get up early to get my son to school. I'm down to 77 miles on my car. I got to get some gas tomorrow morning for, $5.49 a gallon. I laugh or cry, folks. I laugh or cry. All right. Have a great evening. God bless you, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Upon the Rise in Panem, thank you for the 5 spot as well. Pure Blood, God bless you. Good to see you. And Pure Blood, no partners tonight. I don't think we had one partner. Watch Woman on the Wall, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the new sub, Rumbling. Appreciate you for that. Graham and on, good to see you as well. We had Khalid, it looks like. Jack, Jacone, Ozenbo Boy, good to see you. Fantasy's in there. Fuse Dog, good to see you. And Jimmy, thank you as well. Thank you for the raid again, Forskoig. And yeah, I think that's a lot. That's a lot of hellos. How about that? That should be good, right? Right. All right, folks. See you tomorrow. God bless you. And remember, if you've got a problem, I've got a solution. I am Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist. God bless you. See you tomorrow at 10. Bye.